Mr. Lily, can you hear me?
Good morning, Su Ching.
Okay.
Okay, we'll start now. A warm welcome to Upward Masters, Brother Huang, Hualien Dharma teams, and brothers and sisters around the globe to Saturday Hualien Dharma Talk. Let us start the session for today. Today, I would like to share an accepted master's speech, reduce desires and give rise to good thoughts. In order to save the planet in this critical moment, the only solution is to change people's mind, reduce desires, and give rise to good thoughts, sow blessings on earth to eliminate disasters. The people on the past had a phrase, one good deed can ward off 1,000 disasters. Now we need to have many thousands of good thoughts. Only then we can eliminate disasters in the world. The way is to quickly recruit more volunteers, bodhisattvas. Yeah. Okay, 感恩 to Master's teaching. Now let us send our sincere prayers into the 10 directions. May the Sahara land be free from disaster and peace prevails in the world. Let us sing the prayer song with sincere piousness.
In my heart, I feel deep gratefulness. All my heart is filled with sincere prayer. From all corners of the world, let us join our hearts and pray for a world of harmony and peace. In my heart, I feel deep gratefulness. May all the Buddhas hear my prayer. All united with one heart, let us end our hate with love. May there be no suffering hereafter.
May all minds be purified. May there be peace in the community. May there be no disasters in this world. Now let us together pray for universal love and blessing. With loving respect, gratitude, and confidence, let us wish every person in our life a healthy body, an enlightened mind, and a total fulfillment in universal love. Now let us expand this consciousness to include every person in the world, every being in the universe. Let our unified love make this wonderful world even better. Let us all immerse ourselves in the joyful embrace of universal love. Before we hear the wonderful sharing, let us invite our Master to lead us in paying homage to the Triple Gems. Let us pay our respect for these teachings and explanations to the Buddha and Master Cheng by making 3 sincere bows. Please rise, palms together. First bow. Second bow. Third bow. And a bow to our beloved abode masters who could join us today. Great. So today we have many shares. First, we have Brother Huang, who will be sharing on the Dharma Insight, and Sister Sharon Fraser will be sharing from Eswatini. Through determination and courage, every obstacle becomes a stepping stone. And finally, we have 6 sharers who will be sharing this from crisis to comfort, financial aid for Bintulu's flood victims. Okay, let us invite Sister Su Ching for the weekly summary for now. Sister Su Ching, over to you.
Sister Lily. Okay, I'm going to bring up my PowerPoint. Can you hear me all right?
Yes, can.
Okay, thank you. Okay, last week, Brother Johan spoke about the Dharma Insights. Beneath the Bodhi tree, wisdom whispers through the air.
Su Ching, sorry, cannot hear you.
Don't understand why certain times it doesn't work. Wait, hold on.
Now can.
Can you hear now?
Yes.
Okay. Beneath the Bodhi tree, wisdom whispers through the air, guiding hearts to shed afflictions, to serve and to care. Brother Joe seeks the truths in tales of old, stories of the Buddha in the depths of what he hopes will unfold. The Dharma's light must reach the days ahead, for the Buddha's steps won't walk where we are led. Disciples gather tools with open hearts and minds to teach all souls of every caste and kind. In diversity, the future's tapestry will gleam, observing causes and conditions like a flowing stream. From Ananda, we learn to serve with steadfast grace. From Rahula, that obstacles are steps we must embrace. Kulapaka shows the power of a willing heart. True diligence blooms when we're willing to start. No more leaks, we mend the cracks within. True liberation starts where our work begins. Each disciple's journey is a path to teach, imperfect yet growing with wisdom within reach. Through trials and lessons, we learn to adjust, to heal ourselves, then lift others from the dust. Okay, and with Brother David, we had 4 questions. Question 1, spoken from the person who asked, my heart weighs heavy with news of strife and pain. A child rebels, another distant. Love feels strained. My husband's silence leaves me walking past alone. In groups, harsh whispers make me feel unknown. Thoughts of quitting linger, shadows in my mind. Yet deep within, a spark of hope I seek to find. I seek not answers, but the strength to see, the wisdom to endure, and the courage to be free. Brother David said, the world outside is still, the turmoil's in your mind. Many find peace in city, but you're left behind. The sutra's words won't shift the weight of karma's hand. It's not the path you walk, but how you choose to stand. Your mind alone can shape the course of destiny. Through self-reflection, change begins step by step, slowly. Repent for missteps. Ask where the fault may lie. Though hard, the journey starts within. Be free from asking why. Okay, the second question. 2 paths once joined, now walk apart in pain. We honor their space, yet hope for peace to reign. What wisdom guides the way to mend and grow? How two hearts, though parted, still let kindness flow? Brother David said, if parting came with peace, no wounds would remain. Yet joining Tzu shows that they are willing to grow again. Let them choose their path, adjust at their own pace, for they are adults seeking a kinder space. If conflict lingers, Dharma can heal the divide. In time, may understanding and compassion abide. Okay, for question 3, the person asked, for 10 years I served with heart and hand. My daughters walk this path, they understand. My husband still stands aside, though supportive and near, afraid of judgments, words he cannot hear. I tell him hearts here mean no harm or slight, but readiness must come in its own time and light. So Brother David Liu said, in life or in Tzu, feedback finds its way, a mirror showing where our habits stray. Precepts reveal the gaps we must first refine. Step by step, we learn to align. With time, support outweighs the critics we face. The mind leads all, no noise can break its pace. Okay, question 4, the last one. A new volunteer asks of shadows in the news. Her family's doubts weigh heavy, clouding views. The eyes contract dispute and a painter's claim of art. How do we answer doubts that pierce the heart? Okay, now Brother David Liu said, the performer was warned. Certain scenes could not air. Violence and sex crossed lines Tzu wouldn't share. The contract broke, the court ruled in our favor. Yet noise persists, the performance anger won't waver. Chaos blooms where media's whisper, twist, and spin, but truth remains steady through the storm within. Okay, so that was the first one. The second issue, Tzu Bot writes, the first painter's work was clear. The second added his name, stirring anger near. Brother David sought peace, suggesting removal as the way. Yet both painters wish the art on the wall to stay. A clash of pride and ownership, a tangled thread. Can harmony be found where egos fiercely spread? Okay, then we had Dr. Lee, who spoke about dental care for bedridden patients. In 1999, Dr. Lee joined TIMA, a path of care. Dr. Lee leads with skill, his heart laid bare. From Hualien's hospital to the university's hall, he tends to special needs, answering silent calls. A Daiko chair eases the work for those in wheelchairs. For patients in vegetative states, he shows deep care. Oral health's role in well-being, a truth profound. For non-communicative souls, healing can still be found. From accidents, tumors, or disease that progress, families bear burdens of grief and distress. Periodontitis, decay, and breath tells of pain. The team works tirelessly, their efforts not in vain. A fortune poem whispers, for disease safe and free. Prevention is still undoubtedly the best therapy. 16 years strong, the team still carries on. Small acts of love like the breaking dawn. Mother Teresa reminds us greatness lies in the small. The Tzu way is to answer every call. When others cannot come, we go to them. A lightness in the darkness, a healing gem. Okay, Kat-an for listening. Now I hand back to Brother Chin. Brother Chin, are you here?
And then Sister Su Ching for the great summary.
Right.
And as always, now we now call upon Brother Joe. Is going to share with us the Dharma Insights. And obviously, I trust Brother Joe will let this a continuation what he's been sharing on the great teachers. Right, Brother Joe, platform is yours.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. It's my honor and pleasure to be here to once again have the opportunity to share with you my thoughts and my learnings from the Sutra of Infinite Meanings. I gotta admit, listening to Sister Su Ching went through the entirety of last week's share, and also I wasn't here for most of the sharing, but I saw the poem and I could relate to the content, that Sister Su Ching was sharing, in terms of the poetry and also the content. I thought that was always something very special. It's something very special that we have on this platform, to be able to review and remember, remember what happened last week. And I thought that was something that's very special, that's probably only available on this platform. And I think that's something that we should all be very grateful and we should all be very thankful for. Moving on to the continuation of the Sutra of Infinite Meanings. As I mentioned before, I always focus on the going through of the past, because I think only when we have a firm grasp of what's happening before will we be able to continue to move forward. And so every time I would always focus on making sure that everybody is sort of up to speed, or everybody sort of remember what we talked about before. Now, I don't put this in poetry. I don't put this in the forms of poetry, but I do hope that we can enjoy this part as something that sort of brings everybody up to speed. After all, it's been a week. Maybe we did remember, maybe we don't, but it's something that I think it's important that before we move on, we should know what we talked about before so that we could continue on. So we were talking about for, I think, many, many weeks, maybe 6 or 7 weeks, just talking about these wonderful people. These people are the very close disciples of the Buddha, and they all have something that's very special attributed to them. For example, Sariputra was the foremost in wisdom, true, and I quote them as true wisdom and true power and true sight and true equality. I wanted to make sure that we sort of get it, their stories, while very important, everybody, or at least I want to share with everybody that it's not just the story, it's the idea behind, or the intention behind the stories, right? Who is to say that any one of these disciples are not wise, right? But why is Shariputra the one that is true wisdom? Why is he the one that is the foremost in wisdom? Okay, so there has to be some reason why some of these stories are always associated with Shariputra. And we have to understand, sort of the background into why I think that is what it means to be wise. So we sort of break down everybody, right? Break down all these characters, all these people, disciples that were mentioned in the Sutra of Infinite Meanings, and Master took some time to explain their background. And I wanted to sort of put it all together and tell and sort of do a big picture. It's not just focus on these people, but why focus on them? So the idea was that these people who can be good teachers, these are all wonderful disciples, and they're all striving to be a good teacher for the future. They all have this potential. Now, and most important, all have this responsibility to pass this Dharma on to the next generation and on. So they have to be good teachers for the future, because if they are not, then the Dharma will be lost. Therefore, they have to be the good teachers. But what makes them good teachers? They're imperfect. They have many stories where we know that they are learning, right? They are learning, and they are far from perfect. But they all have these something special. They all have these potential to be wonderful and great teachers. So what is it? Not only are they good in something, but they all are very willing to learn. They are willing to learn and they are willing to adjust. They're willing to make up for their deficiencies so that they can make progress, journey to become the one and only teacher, which is the Buddha. So accumulating experience and the knowledge eventually, not only to teach others, but they can all self-improve and self-adjust. And I think that was the key that we're trying to make. That was the key that we're trying to say, that this is how it happened, right? This is how they are able to become good teachers. Okay, so this week, moving on. So we have just gone through all these disciples, right? All these disciples in section 6, all the great bhikshus were arhats. That was talking about all these wonderful disciples, and we had just gone through them. So now we're moving on to the next section, section number 7, speaking verses of praise with one voice. And this is going to move into the final parts of chapter 1. And even though I'm talking about final parts, it's a long part. Okay, so it seems like we're staying in chapter 1 forever. And that is true. That is true. Because I like to take things slowly, and I would like to only use 30 minutes at a time. And I always go back to the previous part. So every time we're moving very, very slowly. But we're moving into the last parts of virtues, chapter 1. But even though we're moving into the last parts, this part is still very long. Okay, so speaking verses of praise with one voice. And this time we're getting into, I would like to get into parts and pieces of the sutra itself. And I would like to explain to you, in my mind, what it means to me and what it means with the greater context. Okay, so this is the parts about, this is the sutra itself. Okay, so at that time, the great magnificent Bodhisattva Mahasattvas, and these are the wonderful followers, the really, really the great ones, even better than the even more learned than the ones that we just gone through. The great magnificent Bodhisattva Mahasattvas, these are ones that's already achieved becoming the great teacher. The one that we just talked about were just learning to be great teachers. But the great magnificent Bodhisattva Mahasattvas are already great teachers. They haven't yet reached Buddhahood, but they're already doing much, much, much more advanced work in terms of being a teacher. So the sutra says, at that time, great magnificent Bodhisattva Mahasattva saw that the assembly sat with settled minds. So remember, the first chapter has always been, let's go back here, right? Maybe we get a better perspective. See, the first chapter, this is section number 7, right? So previous 6 sections of this chapter, remember, all these were just explaining things. All these were just talking about who was there, what was the time, what was the context. Oh, the Dharma has to be passed on to the new future generation. Things are slowly changing, right? We now need the teachers to pass on. And all the great students must transition to become great teachers. That was what was all talked about. Who was here doing what? Character, the protagonist, the Buddha hasn't said anything. The Buddha hasn't opened the mouth, not yet. Okay, so that's why at the time, the person that's speaking the sutra was Ananda. He said, explaining what was happening. At that time, there are these great teachers already. They haven't become the Buddha, but they are already great teachers. And these were sort of like the class presidents, right? These are the role models of the class. They saw everybody already sat down, right? All these people, the people from coming from far and away or close by, the people that are in the royalties, all these different people, the assembly, the sangha or the commoners, the royalties and the government officials and everybody, right? The people in the market, the people in the streets, they're all here, right? So they they saw that the assembly sat with settled minds. What does that mean, right? So, although imperfect, this is important. Everybody was here ready to learn. Settled mind, assembly set with settled minds means everybody there, they are ready to learn. What does it mean to be settled? If you're here unsettled, you are not here to learn because you are not prepared to learn. Your mind is thinking about something else. You are disturbed. You are not able to learn. And that's what it means. This part talks about they are ready to learn. The right mindset is very necessary for both the student and the teacher, right? So you have to prepare yourself to be willing to learn. Imagine if a teacher walks into the classroom and the students there are chatting all the time, right? Some people are eating, some people are chatting, some people are just playing with their cell phones. They're not ready to learn. They are continuing to do what they're doing, right? But what usually happens that gets everybody's attention? Well, sometimes the bell rings. That means we'll be in session. There's some signal that tells people that from this point on, you got to do something. You got to change your mindset, right? Well, the assembly is different. As everybody was coming in, I mean, imagine thousands and thousands of people, or maybe not that many, but anyway, a lot of people coming in, and they all found a place. And imagine that when they come in, they will see people that they haven't seen in a long time. They will see friends. They will see past teachers. They will see past students, right? All these people, they knew each other. And they're coming here to listen to the Buddha. Obviously, they're all very happy, right? They're happy to be here. They're happy to be listening to the Buddha. And they're happy to see each other. So they'll be chatting, right? So, sometime, finally, everybody sat down and everybody settled down, right? And what this means, yes, it means that at that moment, people are settled down. But what this also and actually means is that you come here, you need to know that you are here to learn. You are here to take in the wisdom of the Buddha. If you're here with the settled minds, then you are not ready to take in the teaching of the Buddha. So it also means you have the settled minds. You're learning with the settled mind, meaning that you do not deviate even the slightest. And so this is actually speaking verses of praise with one voice. This section of chapter 1 talks about attitude. So continuing the sutra, together with all 80,000 bodhisattva mahasattvas in the assembly, rose from his seat and went to where the Buddha was, right? So what does that mean? Who is he, right? The class president, right? The class president, and he was able to, first of all, that's talking about who these people were. 80,000 bodhisattva mahasattvas, right? So these are the determinants, willing to be students. They are already great teachers at the level of the Buddha, but they are already great achievers. And they're already they're determined. They are highly achieving. They're great students, and now they're great teachers, right? But here in the assembly, they know that at this moment, their role is student. Their role is to learn. They are not here to be the one talking. They're not here to be the one teaching. They're here to be the one learning. And therefore, they need to know their places. And their place is here to be students. Okay? So they all these bodhisattva mahasattvas, they all made prostrations with their heads at the Buddha's feet and walk around the Buddha hundreds and thousands of times. Now, what does that mean, right? So imagine this, right? You have thousands of people walking around the Buddha. Well, first of all, if you're really at Vulture's Peak, I'm sure some of you have been there. If you're already at Vulture's Peak, you would know that that's almost nearly impossible. But it's possible if you're sort of at the foot of the mountain and you walk around, because you're not able to go up, right? You prostrate to the top of the mountain, or you prostrate to the center of the mountain, and you walk around there. Possible, right? Possible. But what I'm trying to say is this, right? What does that mean? We're all there with settled minds. And they prostrate, right? Prostration has defeat. It means humbling, giving into the teaching. So it's all talking about, I am doing certain actions, doing certain preparation, so that I know I am humbled. I am prepared to learn. Okay? That is something that not only do you have to self-prepare, but we as a whole, as a group. So in Taiwan, I'm not sure if this is the case in Malaysia. When the class is about to start, right? When the class starts, the teacher or the professor will walk in, or was already there, but the teacher and professor will walk to the center. And usually, and this is the case even when it's higher education, right? Whether it's in the in college or beyond. Also, this is the case, right? The class president would say, the person that's representing this class would say, please rise, and that's bow to our teacher, and obviously something that this is a gesture, right? And it does not mean that it does not mean that you're just bowing to the teacher. It means that I am prepared to give in to the teaching. I am prepared to give my all to be learning, right? And walking, circling around Buddha, that no matter how far you are far to the center, that is the Buddha. You are keeping that distance the same. What does that mean? It means that even though we are all from different walks of life, some people are closer to the Buddha, some people are further, some people are better off, some people are worse off, some people are smart and intelligent, some people are wise. So everybody is different. Therefore, we are all different distances. People are closer, some people are further, some people are wiser, some people are smarter. It's all very different. We are different distance from the Buddha. But learning means we are keeping that distance. Distance never changes. We are continuing keeping this connection with the Buddha. We're not straying and getting further and further away. It's spinning closer. So the story goes like this, right? If you have seen that there were all the planets, these orbits, right? And the orbits are basically circling around. And if you don't maintain your speed, then eventually there's this thing called the centripetal force, where you are just going to spiral and crash into the middle. So what does that mean? What does that mean? Isn't it better to be closer to the Buddha? But it's important that you maintain a particular speed, so that you maintain this centripetal, so that you maintain that you do not spiral out of control, whether you get spin out or spiral in. Whatever the case is, what that means is circling around the Buddha means we are continuing this particular path, and we're not straying, we're not changing, we're continuing this path. So this part of the sutra talks about I am prepared to give into the teaching, and I'm prepared to walk the path. All these of attitude, all these of whatever your role is. You are a king, you are a queen, you are a very important person of the court, you are someone wealthy, you are poor, you are very well off, you are not so good off, you are all these, right? You are a scholar, you are a commoner, whoever you are. The attitude to learn is the most important. And I think that was the key here. It's not to tell you that who can learn and who cannot. It's to tell you that if you have the right attitude to learn, you are able to learn. And if you are here as a student, then you must have the right attitude as a student. So you're not just, and the attitude is this, you are not just learning for yourself. Everybody here knows that we are here to learn, not just for ourselves. These Bodhisattva Mahasattvas, they know that we are here because we're here to pass on this knowledge and wisdom. I am here to learn to be the teacher. Now, not all is like this, right? A lot of them are just novice. Some of them are learning this for the very first time. So how is it possible that they're learning to be the teacher? So not everybody's like this, but their attitude for the Bodhisattva Mahasattvas is 80,000 of these Bodhisattva Mahasattvas. They're great teachers already. They already achieved greatness to be a great teacher. They are learning to be the teacher, and they know, I am here, I need to be prepared. I am not just doing this for myself. I am reviewing what the Buddha had taught me before, but I'm learning. I'm observing the Buddha's hand gesture. I'm observing how he speaks. I'm observing how he uses different examples. That's what I'm learning. I am learning different aspects of knowledge. I'm learning different tools, right? And you're learning to be the teacher, and you're also learning the future generation. All these things are very different from before when you were just a student. So this is the attitude. You are learning to continue the teaching. And I think that's the attitude, right? If you're here just as a student, that's not enough, because there are many things that you would not be observing. I'll give you an example. So many of us, I don't know if it's many, but some of us have the opportunity to be in the same room with Master and share, right? Not everybody's got this opportunity, but some of us do, right? And so there are several types, several levels, right? First level is you are in here, but you don't need to talk. You don't need to share. You are not on the list to share. So you would just be focused. You're just focused on listening. You're happy to be there. You're seeing all the environment, and you're observing, and you are listening to everybody, and you're listening to Master's teaching, right? So you're just there. The next level is you are there and you're going to share. Then obviously your attention is not going to be so much around you. You'll be focusing on preparing your things while people are still speaking, right? So attitude is different because your role is different. You're there to share, and you're going to be very nervous. You're just going to be thinking about what I'm going to say. You're listening to the sharing. You're listening to the feedback from the Master, but you're also thinking about what you're going to say, and you're very nervous. And the next one is you are the leader. You are the leader of the group. And so not only are you listening to the sharers, but you're also observing, did anybody have something to say? And did anybody have something to add? And you're also observing the Master's reaction. And you're also keeping track of the time, making sure that the time does not exceed, right? So you have different roles. And this is what I mean. Even in the same assembly, you're going to have people with different roles. And then there are people like the other Dharma masters sitting around. They're there not just listening to the sharing. They might be appointed later. Maybe Master would say, you come over and share. So they are also bracing themselves, preparing themselves. At the same time, they're listening for those touching stories where they can share with other people. So they're there too, listening and sharing. And then there's Master, who is there to listen very attentively to people and observing everybody's reaction, and then finally have to give a teaching, right? So everybody in the same assembly, in the same room, has a different idea. And this is important because there are people there, the main audience, 80,000 Bodhisattva Mahasattvas. These are the people that's going to be teaching for the future. Their attitude is very important. They are the ones that are going to continue this teaching, and they need to know this. They have to prepare themselves. And that's all in the attitude. So in this part we're talking about, it's these very important people. Are they ready? Are you ready? Are you doing the things to show that you are ready? Are you mentally prepared for what's to come? Because Buddha hasn't said anything yet. This is all preparing yourself to learn the material, to learn for the future, to learn to be the teacher. Okay, so that's going to be our part for today, attitude. And we're going to be continuing on next week, hoping to move deeper into the sutra context. And then we will know, with this attitude now prepared, what are we going to learn? Thank you and have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.
Thanks so much, Brother Joe, for the great insights. So if we can turn on the video and we're going to take a picture. Okay, where is the photographer? Sister Effie?
Okay. Get ready. Brother Joe.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you. Thanks so much. All right, so next we move on to Australia. From Australia, we go to Africa, to Eswatini. Sister Sharon Fraser, and it's been a regular at this platform. It's been a while though since I've from you. So Sister Sharon is going to also share about her good work. Just she continuing that through determination and courage. Every obstacle becomes a stepping stone. There you go, Sister Sharon.
Thank you very much, Brother Chin, and good morning, everyone, brothers and sisters. Brother Joe, it's really it's been a while. It's midnight over here, so therefore I would love to join, but sometimes I couldn't. I'll try my very best to join the class. Today I'm going to share a topic on here am I in Eswatini. A topic on true determination and courage. Every obstacles become a stepping stones. Let me just share my PPT first, everyone. Everyone can see. Okay, here am I in Eswatini, Africa here. And we've been through a lot this year. As everyone knows, this is not my first time sharing Eswatini. Here are our brothers and sisters over here in Africa. And this, since last year, actually, end of last year has been a challenge to us. As you know, in one of our very, very important activities here is one of our mission here, I should say, in Africa and Eswatini, especially is to overcome hunger. Like how can we combat hunger in African countries? So vegetable farms is gardening or farming, I should say, is one of the very, very important mission here that we try this self-reliance to combat the hunger of the African people here. So and therefore in Africa, in Eswatini, we have 41 soup kitchens where we cook for children every Saturday, over 3,000 children. from like 1-year-old to 7 years old, and sick patients as well. And to support these sick patients, we need vegetables. We cook vegetables and rice. So therefore we need farm. So we have in Eswatini, we have 2 farms. One is in Luyengo and one is in Moneni. So since 2023, we started our first farm, which we planted a lot of sugar beans. Sugar beans is one of the very popular kind of beans being cooked here in our soup kitchens because it has a sweet taste. So it's really nice and moist and sweet, and it's really nice to go with rice. So and in Saji, we provide rice to the soup kitchen, and the community or the our volunteers, we cook the vegetables. And also we plant cabbages and sugar beans and so on. But last year has been a challenge. This is we have 2 farms, like I say, one is in Luyengo and one is in Moneni. I go back to this page first. So these farms, besides growing vegetables, actually is not just about vegetables. They are really the field of love, hope, and kindness for people, for the communities, or for the volunteers here. Because this is a place where we come together, working hand in hand to plant not only crops, but also seeds of compassion and blessings. With each harvest, we hope to see love flourishing, nurturing a future where more bodhisattvas can join us at the garden and join us to plant these seeds of compassion and blessings. And let me just keep going. Sorry, next slide. Okay. So last year, this is our second farm that we opened. The first farm was opened in 2023, which we successfully harvested sugar beans. But last year we opened another farm, which is at the Moneni. So this is our first attempt. We planted cabbage, lettuce, carrots, and bell pepper. And we were just so excited. We all our volunteers joined in, and then we planted all these vegetables. Unfortunately, storms and rain damaged most of the crops. So because this is our first attempt in planting vegetables in this area and this garden, and it is really a little bit of, it's quite a bit of a discouraging for a lot of volunteers, because it's very heartbroken when you see that, you know, with one big storms and rains over 2 weeks, and the results of when we went back to the garden, and these were the results of our crops. And we were actually very kind of really upset. And some just feel like, you know, all the effort put in over the last, 3-4 months, when you started planting to weeding to, you're plowing, weeding, and then, watering, putting fertilizer on, and so on. It's very discouraging. However, with determination, we are determined to come back, to the cover. Sorry, I just want to move this bar over a little bit. So we are determined to come back and replant redo the whole garden again. So as this distinctive aphorism says, if we are determined to walk, we won't be afraid of the distance. And if we are determined to make a progress, we want to see, if we want to advance, we shouldn't be afraid of not reaching the goals. Okay? So that's with that in mind, and encouraging each other, we came back to the garden and replow the garden. We pick our tools, turn the soil, and we start everything again from scratch. And with love and resilience, we believe that we can always find ways. It's easy to say, and you look at it, it's easy, but at the time, even I was just very heartbroken. All of us were heartbroken, especially we pick up all this cabbage, just such a waste, when you know that there are so many hungry people in the country, and then here we are for this cabbage that, we can't eat or can't use anymore. So anyways, as you can see here, we replant, and then slowly you can see the garden come back to life again. And because it was left over a little bit period of time due to the storms and rains, so you can see that it is actually grass, grown so fast, and then we have to basically, put in a lot of effort and time to slash the grass and then to replant the garden. Here we are. You can see our volunteers. Step by step, little by little, we start replanting. Here, this is our volunteer here. As you can see, it takes a lot of effort because we don't have a lot of tools. Even like, we are not modern here. We pick up sticks, we use sticks. Whatever we have, we just use whatever we have there. So, and planting bit by bit like that is not easy. And this is a...
Are we going to put the grass over here?
Yes, to cover it.
But it needs some water first.
So this lady here, I'd like to share a little bit about her. She's Sister Letta. Before she joined Su Ching, she actually was a very drunk lady. She always drank, and then after she joined Su Ching, her life transformed from being a drunken lady to one who, because she loves gardening and so on, so she always looked forward to coming to the garden. So when I asked her, like, why are you always drinking and get drunk? And she said, because life is too painful. It's too painful that I just want to escape, I'm not thinking too much. So when I'm drunk, I don't think, I don't need to think. So it's easy to pass time like that. And being at home, just pass time doing nothing is just get drunk. But with this garden, to her, like to a lot of people, you just look at it's just a garden, but to her, it's like heart and soul, because this is where she feels comfortable, she feels love, she feels protected almost. She feels like this is like where the family is. With this garden, she loves to grow vegetables, and she always spend a lot of time planting. Even at the end of the day, I say 5 o'clock already, Sister Letta, time to go. And then she said, let me finish this, let me finish this. And you can see that to her, it is not just a garden, but it is a place where she feels home, a place where she feels that she feels have the strength, comfort and love, and where she can also spend time with other brothers and sisters together, so she's not alone. So here we see, even in difficult times, volunteers find the strength. Like Imagine aphorism say, if you in your mind, if you think that it's not difficult, the work will not be difficult. So slowly, bit by bit, we recultivate the whole land, whole piece of land. And knowing that, a lot of people know that our gardens was damaged, and community member, even, we managed to raise a few poles from the community members, and another club donated some cement for us and some roof, corrugated iron roof sheets for us, so that we can build a shelter. As you can see, even a simple shelter like that, everything is just us. We have to build it ourselves, and it's not easy, but we did it. You see, we are very proud of ourselves. We put on the pole. We were donated with 3 bags of cement, so we managed to put the foundation, lay the foundation, put the cement, and one sheet by one sheet, one pole by one pole, and we built this little shelter here. And it's important to have this shelter for us, because even when we were, doing the garden, it's really, really hot. And if you can see me, like you will see how dark my face is. It's very hot. And then if the shelter, we can, rest a little bit. And a lot of our volunteers, you see, they are elderly, and yet there's we have to do it ourselves. And we are not expert as well, as you can see, we try our best. And we learn, so after the garden being damaged by the storms and the rain, and now we replow the whole garden, and on top of that, we even built our own shelter. So, I feel like, our volunteers really have this courage to, and the strength, of unity, teamwork, and the right mindset. That's how we could do it. Else we wouldn't be able to do it. And that was our second garden, which we established last year, end of last year. And back to our first garden here, where it was in Luyengo, and this is a bigger garden which we established in 2023. It's a 2-hectare garden. And this garden, we grow a lot of beans to support a lot of soup kitchens. We are grateful that these gardens, they are damaged, but we still managed to save quite a lot of our harvest, our sugar beans harvest. So we are grateful for that. And so, but still we have to replow the land, and this time we plow a bit more of the unused land so that we can plant more vegetables to support the soup kitchens. And as you can see, again, the land is big, and we need a lot of manpowers of slashing the grass and clearing the land. It's really not easy. It's not something that we think, oh yeah, just get the tractor and just use the tractor to plow the land and so on. But here everything is using manpower to do the work. So we planted around 20 kg of sugar beans, and we are expecting a harvest in June. So we hope that, finger crossed, our crops won't be damaged this time. And maybe this time we should, we can't avoid, natural disasters. We don't know, with global warming, there could be more rain or more storm, we don't know. But this time, I think we can be a bit more prepared of what type of vegetables to plant and how we can protect our crops. Here you see, not in this garden we have a lot of youth, thankfully. So a lot of youth have lots of manpower, to help clear the land. And we also have lots of children from the communities who come and help with the weeding. So as we plow the land, the little one, they want to join in and help. So they help with clearing with the weeding and clearing the land as well. But here you just see, it's not, you can see the garden is not just a garden to grow vegetables to support the soup kitchen, but this is the place where everyone come together, get together. This is our home. It's almost like our home. On Saturday, like everyone love you. First thing in the morning, you arrive there. Everybody already arrived because they love to be there. This is where they meet friends. This is where they learn together, play together, and this is also the best time for us to share master teachings with all these children and students, because unlike other countries, we don't have mobile phones. Most don't have computers at all. Even secondary, high school students, even university students, they don't have computers. And how to listen to, as much as if you have computers or cell phone, you can always, watch YouTube and so on to listen to master teachings. But because they don't have, so we use a lot of conversation, like communication way, or doing things together way, where we can pass on master teachings, through role model, through Jingsi aphorism books, and through learning when we face a situation or when we see something, and quickly use whichever methods that we can think of at the time and apply the method and teach the children. This is what we should do. Master will love to see us to do this, and then they will, and then they'll learn that way. So it is a place of education as well to us. It's like classroom education, but in the field. So you see, bit by bit, we did it. And you can see, like, we're clearing more land here. And if I say we are using by hand, and you can imagine looking at this, even myself learn how to slash, the grass and so on. It's something that I haven't done before in my life, and not in Australia. I don't know how to do it before, but now I do know how to do it, because I feel like if they can do it, I also should be able to do it. So I'm learning as well. I'm learning a lot from them, and I'm learning the way that, why they do certain things in certain ways. And actually it is a workable way, and it is the right way, because the probably here is the only way, but it's actually very practical way, and when you don't have anything, We just think of, okay, we have all these branches, which is very, very useful. We never throw branches. You'll be amazed what branches can help you do. Like you can live on without much, but with branches, you can cope, you can, you can set up things, you can make shelters and so on. So using, the poles are all from the trees. So here you see, continue on, you see even little students, little children, I should say, are all helping. So we take turns, like especially his slashing, we say, okay, 15 minutes each, 20 minutes each, and we go round and round and round because you can get really, really tired doing that. So here we are, we managed to plow all the land, and this is the last week photo that we took, and this is all the seeds of the sugar beans. We plant the seeds and it sprouted. Within 1 week, all the sugar beans sprouted. So to follow on, I'd like to share with you all next time, the progress of our garden, and the vegetables that, that we, the crops, the harvest that we use for our soup kitchen. So beyond farming, our volunteers also took a step further, coming together to organize, fundraising, not just to raise funds, but actually to spread love, unity, and hope. And that's the most important thing. It's not about the money. It is about spreading love, unity, and hope to many people. Like people are very easily discouraged because life is so hard here because you don't have jobs, you don't have money. You just have, it's like the end of the world. Like it's like the end of the road. Like you don't know what to do. There's no way to go, no way out, So Sati being here is so, so important because we try to lift everyone up from this dark hole, like there's no hope, but we try to lift everyone up so that we can give everyone hope and love. And there's still a bright light, ahead of us. And to do that, it's not easy. We have to slowly transform everybody's mindset. Like Brother Joe teachings just now says that, you learn to be a student and learn to be a teacher. So it's both, which is important because we want to transform their mindset and we have to really do it at the level that they understand, teaching them at the level that they understand. And by able to do so, you need to understand them first before you can teach at the level that they understand. So understand their hearts and why they do certain things in certain ways. And to do so, you need to be together with them every day. And then slowly, I learn to read their mind and I know why they do that and how can I help them understand master teachings to help them to transform their mindset. So we inspire each other by, the self-reliance, by being self-reliance and master teachings of our volunteers rebuilt our vegetable garden with our own hands, with the courage and strength. We want to raise funds to sustain our own farm, and we want to encourage more people to take part in this cycle of kindness. So one by one from the community, we need to pull them out to join us. Then only we are successful. We are successful not because we learn master teaching. We transform ourselves, we transform our mindset. You can only be successful if we not just transform our own mindset, but also transform other people's mindset so that together we can walk onto the right path. And together, then only we have the strength, even for the garden. It cannot be one person. We need the army of people to restore the garden. So volunteers, youth, and students, all we hand-bake things, snacks, cakes. As we do, we really, it's all done with joy, being together. So this spirit of unity and giving is very important. I'm not sure, but I try to use this properly. But, in Mandarin, we say, 牵手是责任, 放手是信任. So we must hold hands together. It's our responsibility, and we can't let go of others, okay? Or we lose the trust. So as we hold hands, we must always hold tight, and then together, we walk together, move forward, or we walk backwards. Also, we have to walk together, walk backwards. So everyone had a role and everyone worked as one. So no one is left behind. So we involve everyone. So whatever you can do do. Either you can bake students. If you can sew, you sew, or you can, this is our sewing group. See, we make a lot of cushions here. These are all from recycling materials, and we make recycling waste fabrics, and we make all these cushions for sale so that we can raise funds. So, and because we don't have our crops were damaged, we don't have any vegetables to raise funds, and we go around, and we were so grateful because community members came in and generously donated, like 50 heads of lettuce for us, cabbage for us, and water spinach for us for the fundraising, so we can have something more to sell rather than not just hand-baked cookies and so on. So with hearts full of gratitude, we acknowledge those who supported us, which is the committee members, and also we have the supermarket retail, and they donated potatoes and onions for us to raise funds. So together, we work together. One, you cook, you cut, I cook. This one I learned from Chef Wu. I'm very, very blessed because my Mandarin is not good, but I have Chef Wu and the sisters from Malaysia who translate my English into Mandarin, and I use the word, they say,你切我煮你帮我排人人分工. So it's like, you cut, I cook, you move, I arrange, and all that. So we all divide our work together. And through teamwork and joy, we overcame challenges with really gratitude and resilience. And here you can see our students are all, we encourage them to go around, and then they're selling their baked cookies and so on for that day. We know that we promote the bamboo bank as well, and we know that the 50 cents, as Master Teachings Master says, 50 cents can save lives, and do not underestimate the 50 cents, because the sounds of the coins dropping into the bamboo bank, tong, 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 is the sound of kindness growing, spreading hope and relief. So it's not just about the money; it is the love. For every coin put into the bamboo bank, it is love and kindness and hope as well for us. So when everyone contributes, adding the energy of love is gathered, society becomes peaceful and people's hearts are more purified. The purpose of raising money is to raise the love that everyone can empathize with, and the pure heart that cares for all living beings on earth, and the good effect will continue. So here you see we at the market where we were fundraising, we also share Sergi with the people at the market, the whoever stopped by, and even the combi, we call this the combi, it's like the taxi in Malaysia, stop by, and then we share why we are here, and then talk about our farm and talk about Sergi as well. So in addition to the charity sale, volunteers bravely step into the community, sharing the mission of our farm and the power of small acts of kindness to the community. So for that day, we have 60 volunteers, youth and students participated. We have, so we were very, very grateful. And then we raised, I don't know about Malaysian ringgit. So this is NT 4,000 for the day. So we are grateful. See, these vegetables are all donated to us even the night before, when I received the call that, someone wants to donate us vegetables for the fundraising. I was just overjoyed, because the next morning, because we didn't even know that we have these vegetables until, for tomorrow fundraising. But, at nighttime, 8 p.m. at night, someone donated vegetables to us. So we are very grateful. So here it is one of our...
Today?
What did you get from us?
I bought beans, I bought onions, I bought soap. You guys are doing a great job, to be honest. I really appreciate it. And I also bought busha and everything. In fact, I was passing by and then I had to return and buy and support you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So these are some of our customers, and this is the group of our volunteers, and the children all came to help at the fundraising. So we did 2 fundraising. It was the first fundraising, one after another, because that one was at the Luyengo market, which is near the first garden. And then this second fundraising is at the Mikawani market, which is near the second garden. And it's a different teams. As you see, the first one, we have lots of youth, and here we have lots of go-go, we call, means a lot of elderlies minding the fundraising. So because we know that for the farm maintenance, and the daily operations, we do require some money. So we want to be self-reliant, so we fundraise ourselves, so that we can buy seeds and so on for the garden. So due to the farm being damaged by the storms and rain, these vegetables were all donated to us for fundraising. So we don't know what we get, but on the day, whatever we get, we use it for the fundraising. This is to spread the circle of love and kindness and let more people participate in this caring action, the fundraising. So we encourage the community to come and join us. And also, as we do fundraising, more people come to know us. So we have volunteers who travel from Labomisa. Labomisa is border of Eswatini and South Africa. So it's like around 2.5 to 3 hours drive, but the volunteers, they took taxi or combi, you call that. They not bus, but the combi, like a little van, or in Malaysia we call it like this the pink color bus, mini bus or something like that, and they came to join us in the fundraising. It is not easy because it is very far, so they have to wake up around 4:30 in the morning to catch the 5 a.m. They say, or 4 o'clock in the morning to catch the 5 a.m. Combi to arrive to the market here to help with the fundraising. And this is not cheap as well. As you know, our volunteers, we are also, we are not well off. So getting the transportation money is not easy. So a lot of them saved a little bit of money so that they can come and join us with the fundraising. This is their determination, and you can see why they want to join, because they really love doing surgery work. They really want to be part of this fundraising event so that they can contribute a little bit, contribute their time, contribute their, helping at the fundraising. So as the sun rose, we set up stalls ready to welcome the community with smiles and open hearts. So as you can see, community's members starting to arrive, and we set up, this is the second garden where we set up at the Mikawan market. With unity, perseverance, and love, nothing is impossible. Okay, what do we sell here? Look at, we sell bread roll, we make potato chips, we got the donated potatoes from the supermarket. So what we did is that we we make potato chips, and then we sell potato chips, French fries, I should say, and muffins and curry puff and so on. And we also have our volunteers make skirts and dresses and so on for sale. And this all, I'll show you afterwards, all these skirts are made from waste materials, basically thrown away materials that we all join it together and make into something so that we can sell. So it's very, very touching. A lot of effort and time put in to make these items. So every transaction to us, it's not just about exchange the money, but it's a continuation of kindness. People come to us, some of them they get little things, and then they give us more, and they say, keep it, just let, as a donation to the charity organization. And some of them even didn't buy anything, but they're happy to give us some donations and so on. So this is really, really a nice feeling. So just now, as you can see, the cushion that we made, handmade, and then we sold many cushions that day. So it's really nice. And here I want to share about these volunteers. These two volunteers, Sister Gladys and Sister Alice. And see, she's holding a mat here. She really, really, I have to share the story first afterwards, when you can see, how she turned waste materials into this beautiful mat that I'm having here. Like this one is so beautiful, and it is a very big piece of mat. If I hold it up for you, it's this big, and you can imagine like how many hours spent to make this mat and this handbag as well. So this is how we get the materials. It's really, we pick it up from people, throwing the materials, and they don't want, so we quickly go and pick them up, and we choose what we want. So I try my very best to pick the bigger piece, but all these are off cut, so they are not big at all. Okay. And we go to different areas, and here am I. Here you can see we also pick the stuffings. You know, it's just like a rubbish area that people put whatever they don't want, these offcuts, and we go and pick it up. And that day when we pick up this one, it was like already the day before it was raining, so it was all wet. And we carry all to the car, and then I brought it back, and our volunteers, we all also do the same, and then we will put it out in the sun to dry it, to so that we can use it. You see on the right hand side, they're all small pieces. These are the stuffing, and on the left hand side, just now I was talking about Sister Gladys, right? She made the mat. This one, she can make mat, or she can make anything. She said using the green on the left-hand side is the green color materials. You can see how small those material, in actual fact, it is very thin, but she joined it. Beautiful, beautiful mat. And you can imagine, like, how can you turn, if you see this, you will throw it away and nobody will want to use it as rack because it's too small. But someone actually pick it up and then we turn it into beautiful items. And this is Sister Ellie. See how she tie it? She's crocheting it.
Beautiful. So beautiful.
And that's from those little materials. You join it, and it makes this one.
When you cut, use a needle to tie, not the knot, so that you cannot see.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Thank you so much. And then how long does it take for you to make this bag?
It's half a day.
Half a day.
Depending how busy I am in the house. If I'm not busy, I just use a few
But we took half a day to make this handbag here, and then it is so beautiful that now I got it. this handbag, you can using all these small pieces of material just now to join it together and make that handbag, crocheted it and make handbags. You see, this material is very small, it's not big, and then here comes the handbag, and then this mat that Sister Gladys made from the green color material just now. It's just so beautiful, and we can sell it for 80 Malangi. 80 Malangi is $8 Australian dollars, so it'll be three Malaysian will be 8 times 24 ringgit or 25 ringgit. Say, yeah, for the mat. It's beautiful and it's a very big piece of meat. So the spirit of bamboo bang and the power of the bamboo bang, we don't underestimate, is very, very powerful. It is the spirit of love and kindness. The bamboo bang is to cultivate the habit of doing good every day by depositing small amount regularly. And when this practice becomes a daily habit, just like performing good deeds, it becomes a daily habit. These small contributions will gradually be accumulated into a meaningful donation to help others. So we are trying our very best to encourage each other, our volunteers and the community members, and explain to them the spirit of bamboo bang and why it is, even though it's 50 cents, it's small, but when you accumulate, it becomes, it is good, becomes a donation that can help people. This local mother took out a few coins, put them into a bamboo bang after she bought some muffin for us, So it's not just about, just buying the muffin is supporting us, but putting extra money to our bamboo bang is really, she knows that, this is doing good, is good, this is love, and she also wants to sow good seeds. So she said it's not much, but I hope it can be used to help people. So she understands. So this is really touching to us, to our volunteers as well. With her words, give us courage and determination to continue on. Despite, if you look at the garden, it's very heartbreaking to see all the cabbages, destroy, lettuce destroy, even our maize, our corn destroyed. So it was very sad. But here we are, bounced back and being resilient. Okay, so we raise love and care, and we raise a lot of kindness from people as well. So here you see it was raining heavily, but that day, just as when the sales peak, but we didn't stop us. We continue to continue with the fundraise. So let me share this little video with you of our fundraise.
People are desperate for love. People, they want Jesus, they want love. So we have to be the advocate of love. Amen.
To have people like you to help the needs in this area. And we're so glad that what we know about them, what we have seen about them, that they've been doing great job. They support the need, they help the students who doesn't have money to go to school.
Thank you for the opportunity to share with everyone, brothers and sisters. Thank you very much. Thank you for the time.
Sister Sharon, for the great sharing. And how long are you going to be continuing to be there, sister?
I don't know. At the moment, I will continue staying there. I think it is really meaningful and purposeful. I try my best, to help in whatever I can. Yeah.
Excellent, great work. We need you. All right. So next, interestingly, we're going to have an entourage of sharers. There's 6 sharers actually, plus Sister Suisan. There will be 7 of them. I'm going to take us through in the next session about so they're going to share about the from crisis to comfort and financial aid for the Bintulu flood victims. So if I may call upon Sister Suisan is going to introduce and take us through. Sister Suisan around. Okay, if not, then I will pass on straight. Who's going to share first?
Sorry. Okay. Hi. Good morning. Brother Thien, good morning. Sorry, I'm driving on the way down to
It's yours.
KL. Okay, thank you so much for the opportunity given to Klein team to share. Today we have two volunteers. They are new volunteers. One of them, two of them are Sister Wan Ting, as well as Brother Wei Jin. Actually, they are first time in this disaster relief mission. And more interestingly is that when I got the news of the need to go to Bintulu for this registration exercise, so the first thing I thought of is our young volunteers, the Sister Wan Ting, as well as Brother Wei Jin. Actually, both of them, they told me that actually Saturday I can't make it because we have gatherings, Renwen, humanistic gathering. So I told them humanistic gathering every month you can still attend, but it also show their commitment towards humanity mission and the importance of attending the gathering. But I told them this is maybe can be I won't say once a lifetime but this opportunity is very rare because there's a need for the call for help, and we should seize this opportunity. Very glad that both of them seized this opportunity, bought the tickets, and then fly to Bintulu to carry out the registration exercise. Most interestingly, like Brother Wei Jin, actually among the group, he got the cheapest airfare. Uh, his air, his flight is only his airfare is only 297. It's the cheapest because he have faith in me that sister, can you buy the ticket for me? Okay, I went to buy and we didn't wait immediately. We book it because there's a message who came in. It said, "Oh, stop! Don't buy first. We try to get discount from I think the time was it was from Batik A." I said, "No need lah. We just go lah. I don't think the discount can make much difference. If not, we will out of tickets. We knowing Turkey, the way they work is so fast. So I say we better grab the ticket. And also Sister Wan Ting, after some hesitation on her side, but in the end, she took on the challenge. And today we shall hear from both of them. Dharma joy of carrying out this registration mission survey in Bintulu. I shall pass on to Sister Wan Ting.
Hi, good morning, everyone. This is my first time on English group sharing. This the past Chinese New Year was a very meaningful one for me because Sister Susan invited me to Bintulu to send love to them during disaster. So I'll share my video, my PowerPoint slides, and I'll do the sharing. Okay, so so I'll play on the video first, yeah. I think I wouldn't play this video. I couldn't open it. Okay, I'll just go straight to my sharing. So I actually team up with Brother Robert, Sister Susan as one team, and we are the group 36 and 37 team. So from this map, you can see we are covering Taman Kemunting. So this is the flood disaster area that is badly heated. And if I'm not wrong, there's total 3,000 of flood victims. So this is the first time that flood hits Bintulu, and it's quite serious. Okay, so we covered, we came to this house who need help at Taman Kemunting. So actually, they tell us how did the flood happen, and you can see from Brother Robert's hand, he's asking whether how high is the water level, and then we actually explain to them what does Su Ching do. We send love, we help the flood victims, and we do disaster relief all around the world. Yeah, so this flood victim was very happy. They actually passed us their details so that we can record it, and then we move on to submit their details. Okay. And then we came to this house, which is at Taman Kemunting as well. It's a kampong with a few houses. Okay, we actually met this guy. Okay, we actually talked to him that we are sending love. We are here to help the people, and we are here to understand what is the situation of flood. Okay, but when his mother came out to tell to understand what we are doing here in Bintulu, she has a very kind heart, and she told us her house is quite clean already after all the cleaning and after all the effort. And then she said she wanted to allow the help being passed on to those who need it more. So actually, there's many kind people around. Even during disaster, they already lost a lot, but they are also willing to help others. Okay. So this is the scene after flood, which is Kampong Kemunting. We can see there's a lot of belongings being thrown out from the house, because the water level is around 3 feet to 8 feet. So it's very high, and then they have to evacuate the place as soon as possible. Yeah, so from this scene, it actually taught me one lesson: to buy lesser, to have lesser things at home, so that it's easier for us to manage daily. Yeah, and also it taught me when disaster comes, it is equal to all. So it actually hit everyone. Yeah. Okay, so after that we came to a long house. Okay, so this long house it has a lot of many different families staying all together in one long house. And this is my first experience experiencing what is the long house. And most of them living there is the Iban minorities. Yeah, and they are very simple people. They are and they describe to us they are happy that we are there. They describe to us how serious is the flood, and what damage that causes them. So we actually managed to take down. We actually go one by one to care for the flood victims, for the long house, for all families, and then they also share their details to us. And I would say they are happy, although it is they are hit by flood, but they are happy that we are there to care for them. And then we know their worries, but we send them wishes, and then take down their details. Okay. So this is another long house. It's at block 6. So we also went on to care for the flood victims from door to door. And then they are happy that to understand what Su Ching do. We actually also introduce them the what we do in recycling, and then they are also happy, and they are willing to help us to look for details for the neighbors, because some neighbors was not there. Yeah. So I think that's all for my sharing. I'll pass this on to Brother Wei Jin. Thank you. Brother Wei Jin.
Hello, yeah, good morning, everybody. Yeah, I'm glad to have you here today. And also, I'm glad to be here today. Thank you very much to Sister Thien for your sharing. Please go on, give me some time before I share my presentation slides. Please go on forward.
You have some slides, Brother Wei Jin?
Yes, I have, but I'm not very proficient in doing using the Zoom. Please go on.
Okay. You see the share at the bottom?
Oh, yeah, I see.
Can you see the slides or not on the screen?
Yeah, I can see, yes. No, I can. I try to download. Okay, I'm trying to download. But it says it's an unsupported document type. Okay. Please
It's a
select.
PowerPoint slide, right?
Please select an image or PDF or document.
Okay, what you do, you go back and open up your slide.
Okay.
You just minimize the zoom. You double click on the bottom icon, right? Then you open up your slides.
Yes.
Okay, and you go back to the Zoom.
Go back to the Zoom.
Yeah. Can you see what they share?
Okay.
Okay. Now can you see the slide in the icon there?
Don't I have to? I mean, I have. Okay, this one, huh? Okay, share. Then.
Yeah. Okay, you press share. Can you see your slide icon? The particular slide that you want. Can you see?
Okay. Let me see if I can do this. Okay.
Then you double click on the slide.
Double click on the slide. Okay. While the slide is open, right?
The different slide.
Okay.
Because I can't see your slide in the screen at the moment, so that means the slide is not on.
I already on my slide. I already turned on my slide.
Okay, so your slide is on your is open up on your laptop, right?
I'm using a mobile. I don't have. I'm not using my laptop because my laptop is already damaged.
Okay. I know what. Can you post a slide to, you know anyone here who has a laptop in your group? Or Sister Stephanie?
Yeah, can
Sister
you post
Susan.
the, maybe suggest, yeah, post the slide to maybe Sister Susan and Sister Susan send to me. Is that okay, brother?
Brother Regine, you can post to me. Tian here. You
Okay,
can
okay.
send WhatsApp. Yeah, I open for you.
Okay.
All right, please
Yeah,
hold on.
Sister Wan can share for brother, yeah? Can?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I'm sorry for taking too much time of everybody.
No,
No
it's
worries.
okay.
You forward the slide to Sister Wan Chen. She will put on the slide for you.
Okay, excuse Sister Wanten, have you received the slides?
Yes. Hold on, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I have it. So I'll share. Then you will speak on that, or you will share on that. Yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
Sister
yes,
Wan
thank
Chen,
you.
oh, great. Okay, great. Okay.
Okay.
So, Sister Wei Jing, you can continue. Brother Wei Jing.
Okay, I'm sorry, I think you can't see me, right?
No, I can see you. You can see you. We can see
Okay,
you.
thank you very much. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you to Sister Susan, and also thank you very much to Sister Wanten for assisting me. Okay, I'm sorry if I took so much time, everybody. So, okay, now I would like to start on a presentation without wasting so much time. Okay, first I would like to present about our experience. Okay, we were participating in the Bintulu and Miri flood relief mission from the 7th to 9th of February. Okay, okay, click, please, Sister Wanten. Okay, what first about the flood relief mission? What it about? What happened? Okay, why did we embark on such a mission? Okay, first, everybody knows that the mission was to provide relief to flood victims of flood disaster, which had engulfed parts of Sarawak, especially in Bintulu, Miri, and who were partaking the mission. Okay, we Churchill members from the Peninsula of Malaysia, in collaboration with Bintulu Churchill members, as they anticipated that there would be so many victims who needed aid, and they said that they did not have enough volunteers. So gladly we participated in the mission to assist them. Okay, where did we carry out the mission? Okay, in Bintulu, Sarawak. All right. And what did we do? And when did we carry out the mission? It was from 7 to 9 of February 2025. All right. Next slide, please, sister. Next slide. Okay. Then, so what did we do on the first day, which was on the 7th of February 2025? We took the plane from the peninsula, from the KIA to Sarawak. Okay, so this is a photo of us gathering at the KL International Airport prior to our departure to Sarawak. Okay, so we travel on Batik Air and also Mars Airline. All right. So when we reach Sarawak, okay, Bintulu, then we check into a hotel. All right, sister, please, next slide. Okay, as you can see, we reached there when at night, okay, when it was dark. And to the volunteers who embarked on the journey on the Mars airline, actually they arrived at almost midnight. Okay, so a very great applause to them for their sacrifice. Okay, and the next day, early in the morning, we woke up. Okay, it was on the 8th of February. You see that we were having a briefing outside the hotel. All right. So imagine some of the, I could feel it for the volunteers who arrived very much later, approaching in the hours approaching the midnight. So you can imagine that actually many of them told me that they did not have enough sleep. All right, when we're having the breakfast before embarking on our mission, and but they were still full of enthusiasm and also a spirit to carry out the mission, because to us we were on a mission to help the needy, and if they receive the help, I feel that it was very worthy. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, quick briefing before the start of mission. Okay, so on the 8th of the February, the methodology was we had a form to write down the details of the victims, the flood victims, or those who needed aid from us. As you can see, this is a picture or image of the form. All right. So we needed to write down the names of the flood victims, their addresses. Okay, what are the damages that they face? For example, maybe some of them lost their furnitures or even vehicles to the flood. Okay, and also their IC numbers, their mobile contact numbers, so that we could contact them to tell them about the outcome. All right, and also when they could collect the aid from the headquarters or the office. Okay, next please, sister. Okay, so I was in a group 35 with a sister Hui Ching. All right, and she was the leader of a group, and she initiated the interview. We carry out the survey in Kampung Kemunting. Okay, and also we had the sister Kim Fong with us. Okay, and also me, and I did a mobile data entry for the victims. Okay, so when we gather the information, apart from writing down their details on the form or the physical form, we did the data entry for the victims. All right, and apart from that, Sister Jin Hong also, Sister Kim Fong also told the victims that they could discard their recyclables at the Bintulu, Chichi recycle centers. All right. So, talking about our experience and what we had experienced during our visit, we were carrying out the rounds around Jalan Medan Ginseng, Jalan 99 Park, and also at SJKC 5 and 6. Okay, so we met so many victims. Okay, and some of them they told us that they received the aid or the help from their companies where they were working at. For example, we met a flood victim who said that his company reimbursed him about 5,000 ringgit as a relief aid. All right, and some of the victims they told us that they were quite well-to-be, so they did not really need the aid, but they told us that they told us to reserve the aid for those who were less fortunate and who really who needed the aid more. So from this we can see that despite facing the disasters, they were still very generous. Okay, they show their selflessness, and really I appreciated them for such an attitude. Okay, next slide, please, sister. Sister. Okay. So on the 9th of February 2025, Sister Chen and I went back to some areas of studies to make sure that no victims were left behind. So we traveled along the Jalan Medan Jinseng, Jalan 99 Park, Lorong 4, 5, and 6 in Kampung Kementing to reconduct our survey. What we can see is that there were some challenges or the obstacles that we really faced. For example, many of the houses did not have house numbers or proper addresses. So we sometimes when we encounter some of the occupants and we ask them about their house numbers, they told us, oh, they can't remember. They have forgotten their own house numbers. So they needed to scramble for electricity bills, water bills. And say that despite these obstacles and challenges, to us, we needed to complete our mission, to accomplish our mission. All right. And next slide, please, sister. So from these photos, you can see the surroundings and the aftermath of the flood. Okay, Jan 99 Park. You can see that everywhere there were rubbish around, and especially at the Lorong 4. Okay, because most of the houses there were still houses. All right, and aftermath of the flood was that you could see that the surrounding was so muddy. Okay, and at the Jalan Medan Jinseng in 1999 Park, you can see that there were heaps of rubbish piled up along the road. All right. Next slide, please, sister. Okay. So on the 10th of February, which was the last day of our mission, we gathered outside the hotel before departing to the KL. That was when after we had submitted all the data and also details of the flood victims. All right. Then then we departed in the evening back to KLIA. Next slide, please, sister. Okay, so now I'm talking about what are the takes and the conclusions from our mission and what we had seen and what we had learned from our mission. I would say that this was a calling. Okay, this was the first time I went on a mission, on a relief mission, and also so much thanks to this opportunity. Special thanks to Sister Suisan. But from this, I felt a very great opportunity of cultivation. First, we should feel fortunate to be able to contribute to society and the community. All right. When we face some of the flood victims, I could feel for them, felt their hardship. As many of them were carrying out the cleaning process due to the flood, and also we must be grateful for every moment when we are saved from the disasters. Okay, many years ago, couple of years ago, when everybody remember that due to the Sharon Great Flood, okay, part of Grand was also affected. Then I was fortunate that I was not affected, but some of my neighbors, the neighbors who live opposite from me, were affected. So I could really feel for them, and I could see how some of the families were scrambling, trying to call for boats to save their relatives who were stranded in Shah Alam. So when I was in Bintulu, I could recall the moment. All right. And we have to be very grateful for for every moment we are saved from disasters, but we could not rest on our laurels and be complacent because disasters could strike us anytime. So it's to me, prevention is even more important from any contingencies. For example, how we are going to take care of the environment so as to prevent the occurrence of such disasters again. And third, disasters don't discriminate. While I was on mission, the first flood victim that I encountered lived in a double-story house, and we were carrying out survey on them. Okay, and one of them were having a speech impairment. He could speak, but he stuttered. And so I was talking to Sister Kuichin. The family doesn't seem to be poor. They seem to be wealthy. But the brother Jiawang told me that disasters don't discriminate. Okay, whether you are poor or rich, you could face the possibility of being struck by a disaster. That's when I heard what Brother Jiawang said, so I felt sorry for what I said before that. So I repented. I said that I was too judgmental. And what Brother Jiawang said was true. Whenever anybody need help, we shall do our best to help him or her. All right. And I also learned about being selfless. Some victims prefer that we help less fortunate ones, just as I had mentioned. Indeed, there were so many of the victims who said that they were not that unfortunate, and we should extend our aid to the more fortunate ones. Okay, next slide, sister. Okay, that's the end of my presentation and also my sharing. Thank you very much, everybody. So, very special thanks to the audiences, and also thanks to Sister Suisan for roping me into this mission. And thank you very much to Sister Wantin as well for assistance.
Okay, Kanan, Sister Brother Wei Jin. May I now pass
I'm sorry. Well, welcome to Brother Jen. Thank you very much. Okay. No, just okay.
Thank you, Brother Wei Jin. Thank you, Sister Wan Ting.
Okay.
The next we have is Brother Robert. Brother Robert, he's from the entrepreneur group, and I only knew about him joining when I was in Bintulu. I am very lucky that Brother Robert joined my group, and actually he has a hidden talent, which is as a photographer. And actually his photography is very how I could say he's very mindful in taking the photos. And we would like to hear from him what is his experience in Bintulu and seeing the flood victims from his lenses. Thank you. Brother Robert, over to you.
Brother Robert, can you unmute? Good
morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I would like to share my experience in Bintulu. There was a flood in the beginning of February, just before Chinese New Year, when everybody, especially the Chinese, are expecting to celebrate Chinese New Year. So a disaster came. So there was a major flood, and it was quite bad. And this is the first time that happened in Bintulu. The flood is so bad. So, but unfortunately, because it's holiday, so we couldn't go and help. From West Malaysia, we couldn't mobilize people to help. So the East Malaysian Su Ching member went and helped the victims in Bintulu. So right after that, about 1 week after CNY, the West Malaysian Su Ching member came to do a registration and care for the flood victim. The intention is we wanted to give some financial relief to the victims. So let me share my slide with everybody. So our registration of a flood victim happened between 7th to 9th of February. And these are the city in East Malaysia, Sabah and Sarawak, experiencing major downfall of rain. And we went to Bintulu. And this is satellite map, how Bintulu looks like. You can see that the airport and the Bintulu city, they are quite far apart. And there's a main river flowing to the sea. Bintulu is at the river mouth. So during the meetup with the flood victim, we were told that the sea level has risen 2.8 meter from the normal, which means that the rain is so heavy and the sea level has risen. Therefore, the river water cannot flow to the sea. There's a backflow of the river. And because the main river level is high, the small river water cannot flow into the main river. And not only that, they receive a major rainfall and causing flood to the city. Water level rise up rapidly. So this is a photo how it looks like. This is just one part of the Bintulu. At the back, you could see Kemena River. That was the main river. And when the main river water cannot flow into the sea, all the small river and the drains cannot flow. So that's the reason why it flooded. And you could see that Bintulu old airport, which is part of the city in the past. And from the satellite map, I enlarged the photo for everyone to see where the picture was taken from. You can see that it's an airport runway in the past. The photo was taken facing Bintulu Paragon. And can you all see the mouse? See my mouse?
Yes, we can.
Can, okay. So I just wanted to pinpoint this area. This is the location later where we are taking photo. This is the cultural center of Bintulu. And we were staying here, quite near the seaside. Yeah. So this is the overview of the flood location. So as you can see, this slide was prepared by Tzu Chi, identifying where the flood location is and all the photos taken at each respective location. So they are all along the river, and this river is flowing south to Kemena River. So after looking at this, I will encourage everyone, if you ever buy a house, don't buy a house at the low-lying area, because we do not know when flood will strike. And my group consists of 3 persons, Sister Suisan and Sister Thien. We were given a task to go to Taman Jason and Taman Kemunting to visit door to door and to understand the extent of the damage of the houses and what the flood level is, and also how many households member in each unit. And we also extend our care to them, showing our care to them. And this is what we do. We show care, provide support, and then we register the information door to door. After that, Tzu Chi has a very good system. Online, we register the victim's name, IC, address, and number of household member, plus the flood level of each house in the online system, so that the information can be analyzed properly. So this is the dates where from West Malaysian Tzu Chi member went to East Malaysia. So I was flying on the Friday, and then we reached Friday evening. Then we stay in the hotel. Saturday and Sunday are the 2 days where we went to do the flood relief registration. So this is the overview. The manpower deployed from KL side is 172. The rest came from East Malaysia, Su Ching, Bintulu, Miri, and Cebu. So I'm going to show you. These are the members. This is the place where we took the picture at the Bintulu Cultural Park. And behind, on the left side, Greens Hotel is where we stayed. I think we paid 65 ringgit only per person for twin sharing room. I guess this is a subsidized fees. So this is my team member, Sister Susan, Sister Thien, and myself. And so there were volunteers sending us in their 4x4 truck. And this is one of the family we visited. So when they are friendly with us, we took picture with them. We chit-chat a little while also and showing some care. And there's a lady driver driving a 4x4 big truck. So this is Taman Kemunting. We visited this house. This old man was alone, keeping up all the messes, clearing out from his house. And you could see the mark of the water level. So this mark is about 7-8 feet high. The water has actually reached almost one story high. So everything is gone. And some houses are on stilt. So these people are quite lucky. So when the flood came, these people were running to the high ground. They couldn't stay in their house. Otherwise, or if they have 2-story, they will climb to the upper story. Yeah, this lady was showing how high the water level was, and they are cleaning their houses. So this is the family members, and more people that we are showing care. These are all the mess after the flood, and I have a small video showing. This is the situation. So these are the mess left behind. There's nowhere to throw, so they temporarily throw at the roadside, waiting for the government or some NGO to clear the rubbish pile. And further than that, this old man was friendly, so we talked to him, and this is the mess after the flood. So Taman Jason is another place we went to. So again, rubbish pile up. So there are so many Tzu Chi members, so we distribute area by area so that we can finish the registration. So not all people are receiving us well. So for example, this person, he was asking for our identity card, permit, whether we have any permit to go and interview them. But of course, we came with a uniform, and then we came with all the booklet to explain to them. And then we also told him he just have to show us his IC. We register his name and particulars. Then he will receive aids from us. So in the end, he also evaluate us lah. We don't look like bad people. So he let us have his particulars. So this is how the house look like. You can see in his house, this is a double-story house. Can you see some steps here? Yeah. These steps is showing that flood had happened in this place before. The level of flood is about 2-3 feet in the past. So he has to raise his entrance door. He has to block off his entrance door from the frequent flood in the past. But this round is different. This round, the flood has actually reached 1 story high. So everything is damaged. This raised steps also became useless. So there's another lady who is very friendly. We went registration. It was raining, so she received us well, let us use the toilet and offer us drinks, and then also share with us what happened. during the flood, and then about the story of her family members. So we spent quite a good time with her, about half an hour talking to her, seeking shelter as well. This is the Chinese family whom they say they don't need help lah. Yeah, because they are quite well to do. They're staying in the family house. Later we proceed to Pusat Perkhidmatan Community Methodist Bintulu, which is across the street of the Taman Jason. This is the long house that they're staying. So it was drizzling again. So I had to put up this raincoat. So this is how the long house look like. Each house is about, I would say, about 400-500 square feet. Then they are staying one row, temporarily sheltered. And well, after registration, all these victims, we call and we WhatsApp to care for them and inform them to come for to collect the relief, flood relief. So Su Ching is very systematic. So how to call them, what to say, all given to us, so we don't have to crack our head. So so these are all in Mandarin. Yeah. So this is like Bahasa, how to talk to them. When they say what, we answer what. All written, well written for us, very systematic, easy to do. So this is how I carry out. I was given a list of 10 people. So this person is very thankful and can talk a lot more. So I type all the particulars and send to him. Not only that, I put a slide where to come to take the relief and the date and the time as well. 23rd February, which was a Sunday. Some are required to come in the morning, some come in the afternoon. So in order not to mix up, so one by one, I make these slides. And if they cannot attend, they will have to screenshot the IC and screenshot the SMS message from Su Ching to show that they are eligible for the flood relief. So so after that, yeah, he's actually very thankful lah. I mean, I did tell him that we care for all bangsa, all races, and without discriminating their religion and their ethnic background. So he was very thankful. And also I sent some street view photo and Su Ching banner so that to assure him that we are actually sincere to help them. So make sure that I also send a reminder so that he can come. Then these are the message that he sent to us. He's very thankful for our help, and then he hoped that these are the words that he said lah. So there are some people who didn't receive aids but need aids through their neighbor. They also send me some messages. So we have a standard reply asking them to contact Su Ching Center. So they did try, but Sunday we were not open. So I asked them to call again because 200 over people went for this registration. We visited 5,000 homes, and 1878 families got the cash card. This is published in the Chinese newspaper in Bintulu. So I believe a lot of people miss out. For example, I just want to give a statistic. I think about 20 to 30% of the household, when we visited, they were not around. So we sent flyers. We leave behind flyers with our contact number, informing them if they need help, come and reach out to us. And of course, there are some people who doesn't need help as well. They are quite honest. They say they were at the high ground. Their houses are not affected. So they ask us to extend that help to other people. And also some flood victim, their family is quite okay. They also kindly declined our help. So this is a personal Facebook posted by one of the victim informing how much cash distributed to the victim. Yeah, the range of 1,500 to 2,500, which is quite a significant big amount of money. I estimated this amount is about 2 over million, I think. Yeah, no, 4 million, something like that. So this is not all. I believe there are more people who reach out to us. So that's all my sharing. Thank you very much.
Brother Robert. Next, we got 3 more sharers. And so Sister Effie, you're taking on the next one.
Yes, Brother Chin. Let me share my slide first. Cảm ơn Brother Chin. Cảm ơn to all the sharers today. Good morning. Sorry, I'm sharing my PPT now. Given this, so very grateful that able to be part of this financial aid distribution on February 23rd in Bintulu. So in times of crisis, Su Ching Foundation provide comfort in the form of financial aid to those affected victims of the recent massive flood across Bintulu, Sarawak. And for like Master says that in times of crisis or difficulties, those who can't come out, who have the affinity will reach out to them. So we are reaching out to them in during these difficult times. So I will share what is my role that I play there. What are the tasks that are given to me on that day? Actually, we reached the second day on February 22nd, we went to the hall. The school provided for us. It's a very big school. The hall was even provided for us to prepare for the cash card distribution. So there are a lot of work to be done, to be carried out, like cleaning the hall and arranging the chairs and anticipating around 1,000 plus per session. So we need to arrange many chairs. So during this exercise, this task, Master says that while we arrange the chair, those chairs we found that very worn out. So we need to take it and wash and clean and wipe, arrange it neatly. This is the beauty of Su Ching. So while after arranging the chairs, more of the volunteers from East Malaysia, we are given another task. The next task is to make sure to call to ensure that all the affected victims in the list of receiving the financial aid will come on February 23rd, that is Sunday. So myself was given a task, the second task, to call those who have not responded so far. Actually, there are some protocol that when we call them, we find that most of them did not pick up the call. So in making sure that no one is left out in this financial aid that Su Ching is provided, we are so grateful that they provide very swift help. So we use various methods to call, to communicate, to reach out to those who still have not responded. So we use WhatsApp call, we call and contact. If no response, again, we leave messages, voice messages, and our numbers over there so that they will, hoping that they will respond. We also hope that more people can benefit from this financial aid that Su Ching Foundation sincerely want to help them. So I would say to me, it's more of a blessing to serve others than to be served. So we are pairing with other volunteers from East Malaysia. So harmoniously, we work together to ensure more and more people respond for those who have not responded previously. Next slide. So we are pairing, this is the hall, the school. After we have arranged all this, you see it's so beautiful and so neat, you see. So we work with many of the volunteers from the East Malaysia. So the beauty of Su Ching is this. Though we are not at the group leader or whatever, but we are a team member. We are a team member means we are a tiny group. So even the tiniest strength, every droplets of strength, the tiniest strength is like a boat that must be screwed tightly in order to perform the best. So our mission is to give the best, hassle-free, safe, efficient, fast to the recipients next day. So this some of us here first time meeting each other, even though we are coming from the same community. So happened I was paired with this young Su Ching during the Semakan 1 and Semakan 4, where we check the names and distribute the cash card. So there's a Jingzi operation saying, true giving is giving with gratitude while asking for nothing in return. So whatever task myself being given, I take it very seriously and with gratitude, because it's very rare that you can join a mission, that you can walk into another part of Peninsula to help to volunteer. So I'm very grateful. The next is that you see us, why I take this two photo, because we have no time to have any photo session. So any point of time, these are the footprints that I want to remember that I have been a part of this Bintulu financial aid distribution mission. So the joy in giving, the joy in joining this, the joyous giving is about what? Is about being able to contribute our little effort towards the common good of humanity. So this very grateful that we met this sister from Cebu. She told me that she's just learning how to take photograph. Just her son gave her a new camera. You see, in Su Ching, everybody can play a part if there is a willing heart. So this is the footprints of our joy in serving. Next, I would like to share my reflection, because I'm given 8 minutes here. My reflection of in joining this mission, I would say that we flew from Peninsula to East. So what should we do? We should not waste time. Yeah, I will take this opportunity to make most of my time here by doing our level best. All of us, all our sisters, our brothers, to do our level best to foster gratitude. Gratitude in our heart that we are able to serve, we are able to offer our effort, and content in our hearts that listening to the story of these victims while we were distributing checking their IDs and all that, and distributing the cash card to them, we can see the murmuring of their heartfelt gratitude towards Su Ching Foundation, while at the same time, they also have this peace of mind and harmony. It also reciprocates in ourselves as the person who are, as we are contributing our efforts. So again, the story is a reminder of impermanence. So seize the moment, any affinity that comes by to serve and contribute. That was one of my reflections. And the gain Dharma joy, the Dharma joy that we gain, I believe in myself, cannot be exchanged with banknotes, with currency, with money. And this time I noticed that our Su Ching move very fast. And they are very sincere, very efficient, and very fast provide this cash aid. And to ensure that everybody, I'm not sidelined, so we call, and with this enthusiasm, this energy that been vibrating in this hall, this school, the hall, it was very vibrant. And you can see every recipients, every victim that walk in, when they walk out, they're full with joy and gratitude and gratefulness, because as they approach our counter, because each of them will have a number sticker on their shirt or dress to ensure the smooth and the swift flow where they should go, which counter they are. So actually, we have 2 sessions. In the morning session, actually, personally, I do not know how much being given, but we will explain a little bit our interaction with the care recipients, that where they should cash the card and when, and do not lose the card, you know. So all these reminders are very good interaction with them, though now our role is very small. Yeah, the conversation with them is already forming good affinities with people we do not know, and it goes beyond race, religion, and culture. So what I have learned in this is that always seize the opportunity and be grateful, that a reminder that continue to be enthusiastic, and as no one can foresee a blessing or a misfortune that happen. So I'm very grateful for this opportunity, and very grateful to Su Ching Foundation for their efforts in providing this aid. And of course, there are many in between. There is some recipients from another counter. I'm not sure why she came to my counter after receiving her cash grab. She come forward and said, "Hey, do you remember me?" "Oh, you can't remember," because I was shocked in a way. And I was partnering Su Ching. I said, both of us were shocked. So I said, oh, I remember you. Really. So these are like Master says, maybe affinities formed in previous life. We never know. So during that, these are one or two of the within this short period that I shared, reminding us that forming good affinities is so important, and reaching out to those who can walk out in times of crisis or difficulties. So continue to follow the path. That's my commitment. Ka'an, everyone, for listening. Ka'an.
And then Sister Effie for the great work. We now move on to the next sharer. I believe it's Sister Lily.
Brother Chin.
Sister Wife. Sorry about it.
Yeah, good morning, Brother Chin. It's my turn, yeah.
Right.
Morning, brothers. Good morning, Master, Brother Joe, Abort Masters, and brothers and sisters. Just may I check? Can see my screen here?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Wait, let me just make it. Okay. Wait. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, first of all, I'm so grateful of having the affinity to join this cash relief operation to the flood victims in Bintulu. So we started the site preparation, yeah, on Saturday morning, and the venue is at the assembly hall of this Seongbun Chinese Primary School. So we had an empty hall to begin with. Okay. So after a short briefing by our chief coordinator, Brother Singh Tu, we set the ball rolling, and carrying the stacks of chairs from the back corners of the hall, arranging them in rows and wiping the chairs. So really, group of Suji volunteers really make wonders. Many hands make light works. Within just a short spell of an hour or so, the hall was all set, and with 1,000 over chairs being arranged, this bamboo bank station, yeah, and the the counter for letters of comfort ready, as well as the AV system. So after lunch, all the functional teams started their respective briefing and rehearsal. Sister Effie and I, we were in the same team in charge of registration. The team lead briefed us in detail what we need to do on Sunday, i.e. the happening day. So on Sunday, there were 2 sessions being held, one in the morning and one in the afternoon. We were expecting about 1,000 attendees for each session. The team in charge of registration would have to verify the flood victims or the registrant's name and identity card against the name list provided to us to ensure is in order before they enter the hall. There were 10 registration desks outside the hall. Sister Effie and I were tasked to help control the traffic during the registration process and help to guide the registrant to the special counters if their particulars didn't tally with our records. So the turnout rate was so overwhelming. The hall was almost packed for the 2 sessions in the morning and afternoon. Okay, when the sign language of one family was performed by our presentation team, I was tasked to stand in the center walkway to do it together. So grateful for this opportunity. And while the program, Sister Stephanie, just so you all can hear her voice, Sister Stephanie was our master of ceremony. And while the program was running in full swing in the hall, our registration team were getting ready to hand over program. We were divided into groups of 2 per counter, and I was pairing with this brother Wei Han. Brother Wei Han did the verification to confirm the correct recipients or their representatives before I handed over the cash card and did a quick explanation on when and where they could do the encashment. And these were the moments when I could see smiles beaming, on the flood victims' faces and feel the sense of gratitude in the air. Majority of them had requested for the bamboo bank because they also wanted to help the people in suffering. Let's listen to the feedback given by some of the flood victims on the spot, which our 3-in-1 team had recorded.
Sister, there's I think you forgot to switch on the sound.
Oh, karena Sister Stephanie, so I have to reshare.
And it's grateful.
Okay.
I not expect that someone will coming to our house, strangers, and ask about how do you feel and how about your house and then all the things like that. And it's grateful.
Orang dah tolong kita, kita akan tolong orang semula. Sebab itu saya minta 2 tabung, nanti mungkin saya suruh anak-anak kan menabung sekali.
And it's indeed so great to see that the flood relief operation in Bintulu has awakened the love and care for others in the flood victims through the spirit of Bamboo Bank. And quite sure that from recipients now, they will become the givers of love and care, to the people in needs one day. And from the gratitude, empathy for others can arise. And here, very sure that it is because of Master's wisdom in advising our KL and Selangor team that Tzu Chi ought to provide significant assistance to the flood victims. Master said, 要给予有力量的帮助, so which is actually beyond the flood victims' expectation. That had created such a great heartwarming impact. In fact, on the way back from the registration station, one Malay lady, because I was standing at the last station, she just approached me and gave me a bear hug, which I was very touched, and I could feel that this is how powerful the impact that has been created. And really, this is the way that, the flood recipient on the spot instantly, they wanted to express their thankfulness. So the spirit of this Bamboo Bank era actually has actually proven that no good deed is too small when done with this love and a pure intention, because each contributes to the force of compassion in the world. Small sum for great kindness. And we look at this video,
saya memang saya memang tidak sangka. Saya tidak expect sampai macam inilah.
Terkejut ada, rasa hibur pun ada bantuan datang.
Yeah, this is truly beyond the Tzu Chi's assistance. Is totally beyond the flood victims' expectation. And the feedback from this flood victim is truly inspiring. I was impressed that let's see this. Let's watch this video first.
Tidak kira banyak. Lepas tu kita boleh hantar pergi cuci, macam itu. Supaya duit itu boleh menambahkan beban orang lain juga.
So I was impressed that he managed to grasp the spirit of the Bamboo Bank. No matter how much, he has the pure intention to help others. So the power of pure intention is immeasurable. And that is how Tzu Chi Foundation began with donations of pennies. And this is actually the little droplets that created, the force of compassion in the world. And this Jingsi aphorism is so spot on. Giving is not the privilege of the rich, but the love of the sincere. So I wish to share, right after the hall was being fully set up on Saturday morning, I got the chance to join a team of three sisters led by Sister Ying Ying from Cebu, who drove us out to do the registration for 8 houses affected by the flood in order to complete the data collection. And most of them agreed to accept the financial aids from Tzu Chi. So while we noticed along the journey, most of the cleaning works have been done. The houses we visited were still busy drying up the flood-affected household goods and also their cars. So this lady owner told us that the flood water almost reached her ear level, and luckily all her family members are safe. And she was quite thankful to this powerful high pressure water spray gun, which is so handy to help her clean the muddy water marks on the wall. So now I wish to take this opportunity to express my gratitude, 感恩to Sister Xiao Ming for leading the KL Selangor team to Bintulu, and 感恩 to the entire flood relief team to make this mission a very fruitful one in Bintulu. And 感恩 for Sarawak team for their so very warm hospitality. And 感恩 my precious friends, Sister Effie, Sister Stephanie, Sister Lacey, for making my participation in the relief operation a very fruitful and memorable one. 感恩 Sister Yi Juan, she is from Cebu, who had taken a majority of the candid shots on Sunday. And also Sister Stephanie and Sister Lacey too. So let us spread our love and kindness. Master has always taught us that when everyone does good deeds, the stream of purity will dispel disasters. 感恩 brothers and sisters for your kind attention and patience in listening. May all be safe and healthy. Back to now pass to Sister Stephanie. 感恩 感恩 Brother Chin.
Okay, 感恩 Sister Brother Chin, 感恩 Sister YY and Brother Chin. Okay, I guess I'm the last in this leg. So very quickly, I will try to share my sharing because I don't want to take a lot of time. All right, so 感恩 so much for all the sharing. Really, we can see that the power of teamwork is so important from the beginning to the end. And collectively, everybody's effort was able to bring forth the true spirit of Tzu Chi that eventually touched the hearts of the care recipients. Anyway, for me, the lessons learned from this distribution ceremony, being a part of the team, firstly is to we really have to seize the affinity to serve, because only by being there, we can really learn. As Master always say, spiritual cultivation is through the 6 roots, through the sounds, through the sights, through the taste, and through the what we experience with our body. So being physically there is an experiential learning, and is the best learning. And also the lesson learned about the power, truly the power of great love brought on by the purity of all the roots. So anyway, I was part of the program team, as you can see here. We are made up of 30 volunteers from Kuching, Mary, and also KL Selangor, to support the Bintulu team as well. So really the teamwork was very, very heartfelt. And when we talk about having teamwork, actually, the deeper meaning is not just working together, but for me, it is inspiring each other, sincerely encouraging and praising each other, and inspired. Because okay, when I was supposed to go there, I know that I will be partnered with 2 local sisters, Sister Xiao Jun for the Malay session and Sister Amanda for the Chinese session. So but across both sessions, I'll be just speaking in Malay. So I would like to just talk a bit about Sister Xiao Jun. Both sisters actually are very, very still quite new, and it is also new to probably hosting. So I guess my role there is also to guide them. And Sister Xiao Jing was actually initially she was actually quite nervous. She was quite nervous, and also her voice and intonation wasn't quite there. And she actually told me, "Sister, I think better you take the whole session, So now when our volunteers does this, so what do? We really have to bring in the self-confidence and try our best to encourage them. And although there are sounds, people saying, hey, I think her voice is this, we cannot hear her. But eventually, really had to do something. I really had to simplify the script so simple so that she is able to enunciate each and every word clearly, or else everything will be jumbled up. So I also give her maybe some tips from my personal experience, is that you have to, breathe in and say things in, one breath, and don't breathe halfway and continue. So she said, okay, I'll do that. I said, I'll do that. I'll do that. And she said, eventually I can see her keep on practicing, keep on practicing, keep on practicing. She even told me I'll go back tonight and I'll practice and practice and practice. So I can sense it that she's really very sincere and very willing. And true enough, the next day when she spoke, her voice was different. People come and tell me, oh, she sounds different. Yeah, truly, when we work as a team, what we need to is to encourage each other and inspire aspiration. Of course, sister working with Sister Amanda, we have to work overtime because because she is also in the second session. So because a lot of time was spent with Sister Xiaojun, so Sister Amanda very grateful that she was willing to come, during dinner time, and then go through our notes together, our script together. So in all, I think we have 4 different versions of script. So anyhow, okay, just to give you a little bit. After that day, actually, what was most important actually is that we were able to convey. The MC is not just to run, the activity, but in running the activity, actually we have to bring in Master's Dharma, we have to bring in the spirit of Master, and be able to touch the hearts of the audience. So, wow, immediately after the session, I just want to share that, these are the feedback that we got. It's just keep coming in the social media. They take the picture of us and they post it, they upload it. They talk about how the whole thing was so fast, and they provide assistance without any strings attached. Truly just a good deed from the heart. And the volunteers' attitude is all very kind, treat everyone sincerely. And the amount of assistance is not just a few hundred ringgit, but it starts from thousands of ringgit. And this is a great help. So I'm going to continue to run through very quickly. Yeah. So this one, in fact, he had the poison of doubt inside his mind. The father said, don't give him the IC, don't invite them into the house, but they spoke in their Malana language. But in the end, he couldn't believe that they actually received the aid. So in fact, what they praise is not just the fast and efficiency work, but the attitude. Again, the attitude makes people feel the love and care. So you see, slowly people's minds are transforming already. So this cannot help but feel all the brothers and sisters work from start to end, really fleshing out 5 principles in disaster relief, which is very direct, giving what they need, very focused into the people who really need it the most, very respectful, practical, and most importantly, very, very timely. So I think all of us are not new to this. All of the Tzu Chi volunteers go there through their own expenses, and then when they distribute, they're really expecting nothing in return. This is what Master teach us, and then bow respectfully to the recipients as all has the Buddha nature, and giving thanks to them for allowing us to be able to learn, from their suffering. And therefore, we can see everyone is dedicate themselves wholeheartedly to the mission. So this reminds me of our Sutra of Infinite Meaning, expounding the Dharma in chapter 2, where Bodhisattvas and Mahasattvas abide in the true appearance of this emptiness, of non-appearance. That's the ultimate reality. And therefore, their loving kindness and compassion that they evoke is true and not false. They are able to relieve suffering of sentient beings. And then after that, they're able to expound the Dharma, enabling them to experience happiness. Why do I say expound the Dharma? We can see the next day, media reports start to come in from the local dailies. And then more and more, you can see people are praising the work, the sincerity, the love, and the real great help that's given. But most importantly, we can see the seeds of goodness is already sprouting. So every disaster actually has a lesson, has an opportunity for us to spread seeds of goodness. And that is integral part of what we do. So we can really see it. Wow, people are saying, you know, these are the recipient themselves. Don't forget to isi your tabung. Jangan lupa isi tabung. This is their local slang. 5 sen sehari pun okay dah. Ya, kita satu keluarga. You know, we keep singing this song. The most amazing was, jangan lupa pesan cuci, jaga bumi kita. Kurang makan daging, lebih makan sayur. Wow, truly they are the Dharma teachers now. They are, the Bodhi seed already sprouted. And some people even say, oh, they are here for a long time already. They had a recycle station here. Let's all come and support them. So you can see, you know, the power of purity of a great love is truly in the purity. Finally, I just want to share this care recipient who actually offered himself after reading Master's letter, right? It's a very touching and electrifying moment. As I read, also we try to use some Bahasa Iban, you know, because Sister Su Ching suggested. It was wonderful. I can really feel the whole hall, you know, the Master's love penetrating into everybody's heart and mind. True enough, after reading Master's letter, we were given an ovation. An ovation, I never really expected. And when Brother Jeffrey Jalong came up to share, you can sense all the Master's pearl of wisdom. You know, he actually is like, this pearl of wisdom is actually linked in his sharing. You know, he talked about, you know, he paid the highest respect to the selfless dedication of Tzu Chi volunteers. Even though the tangible flood submerged our houses, the intangible love of volunteers submerged our hearts. And he says these blessings pour in like a tide that moved him so much. And he truly feels that Master and the volunteers can feel the pain and suffering of disaster feeding. And this is so important part of our practice. And truly, at the end of the day, he said we should all support Tzu Chi, although I didn't write it here, because no matter what religion we are, at the end of the day, all of us have this selfless, pure, loving heart, and we are able to give. Therefore, this is a sutra that we are all walking. Master have paid for us in the chapter of virtues. Bodhisattva pour the stream of the supreme great vehicle onto sentient beings' roots of goodness. They already have these roots of goodness, and they're able to spread the seeds of goodness over the field of merits, leading all to develop the sprouts of Bodhi. Isn't this true? We can really see the bamboo banks that we're giving out. We cannot. There was not enough bamboo bank. We have to write down our numbers and say, contact this number to get the bamboo banks. And somebody even suggested, yeah, we can bring container, we can use, you know, our PET bottles to put. Yes, you can just imagine that amount of power of great love. Yeah. So I just want to end with this. I always very touched and very inspired by Master In Shun, our guiding teacher, who tells us, 利他为上, 尽心第一, benefiting others as priority. Purity of mind comes first. This is Sister Ying Ying. When I saw her sharing in the video of the Sarawak Bintulu flood, I had goosebumps and I realized this is truly our role model. Her house was inundated by the flood. Everything was floating inside her house. You can see it in the video. And she said, I closed my eyes, closed the door, and went to the disaster site. Closed my eyes, closed the door. Really, she closed off all this dust of affliction that enter into her consciousness, keeping it so pure and so bright, and went with the selfless heart of giving to the disaster site to give love, to give care to those needy ones. So indeed, brothers and sisters, at the end of my sharing, I just want to end with Master's Jing's aphorism. Truly, love's true power come from its purity. And I think we are entering at chapter 20 of Lotus Sutra, truly purity of the purity of our roots, the purity of the consciousness is where the power, the great power of great love, source of it. Okay, with that, I'll end my presentation. Cảm ơn for listening. Cảm ơn. Sorry.
This is a great
Oh my God, it took so long. Sorry.
I thank so much for those who stayed through. I mean, it's almost 3 hours of sharing today, from 6:30 in the morning until now. We have a really long list of sharers today, or 9 altogether to be exact. So so we have learned a lot from the sharing by Brother Joe, followed by Sister Sharon, and also the entourage of sharers that went to Bintulu to share that great love. All right, so with that note, Kanan so much, and we will now pay our respect to the 3 treasures. First bow. Second bow. Third bow. We also offer a bow to the abode masters. Bow. Okay, Captain brothers and sisters, been great having you all, and really, I really heartfelt gratitude for all of you who stay on right to the end. Okay, I'll see you all next week.